Okay guys, welcome back to our second episode of our Flappy Bird series, and let's go ahead and see what we're doing today. Let's have a recap of yesterday's episode. Not yesterday's, the first episode, sorry. So in the first episode we did the background. Let's jump into it so we can see. So we set up the background, and then we also added our bird into the game. I think we also worked on the animation. Let's just play this and see what's happening. So we set up the background, we changed, so we set up the animation of the bird as well, so it looks like it's flapping its wings during the entire course of the game. So that's what we did yesterday. We also resized the camera so that it only fits the background. You can rescale it however you want, but we set it to fit the background, just so that we don't see this like blue bar on the side. So we'll go ahead and put that back. And then we also just added in the background to it. So in today's episode, it's also going to be a very short episode. We are just going to be working on the platform, adding that bottom bit over here. That makes it look like a ground, I think. And then we're also going to work on the player's physics. So let's go ahead and start this. So let's go and jump straight in and start by adding in the platform for the game. And then we'll change the order of the layer to 1 so that it always appears on top of our background, because if you remember, our background is set at order layer -1. So let's go ahead and find our ground or platform. What is it called? Ground, maybe? Yeah, so this is the one. So if we drag that into our game, we can just position it somewhere at the bottom. Probably over there is fine. We'll go ahead and let's go ahead and reset that quick, and then we'll just drag it straight down so that it's in the middle. We could probably put it over there for now, and then we'll go and set the layer for this to be 1, just so that it is in front of our background. But also when we add in our pipes, we're going to put those at a layer, I think it's 0 maybe, so it's in between our platform and the background. So let's go ahead and see what's next. So we've done that. Now let's go ahead and add a collider to them. So if we select our ground, let's go ahead and rename this to platform. And let's go ahead and add in a box collider, I think it is. So box collider 2D, because we're obviously in a 2D game. And then if we just check this and edit it, it should be surrounding the entire platform, so that's good. You can see this green box here. If you can make it smaller. We won't touch that because it is going around the full size of the box, so that's good, or the platform rather. So that's how we want it. So let's see, if we save that, we can first of all go ahead and see what's next. So we've added in the collider, and now we need to go ahead and work on the player's physics. So to do this, let's go and start working on the rigid body, and then we'll also add in a collider to our player. So if we click on our bird, I think we'll name this to player, just because yeah, it is a player that you control, but it's just a bird. So on our player, let's go ahead and add another component, and we'll make this a rigid body 2D. So that's good. And then what we also want, what did we want? We wanted a collider. So because this is not a square, it's more of like a roundish shape, we are going to add in a capsule collider 2D, I think. Yeah. So capsule collider 2D. And then we'll go ahead and edit this, and we'll try and make it as to fit the bird as much as we can. So I think that's all we can do. So we'll probably just leave it like that, because I think that's the smallest we can make it. Or let's see. No, we can make it smaller. So if we drag these out, okay, so I think it depends on how wide it is. So we'll keep it like that, or maybe we'll make it a bit smaller like that, just because nothing, or technically, yeah, you might collide with the pipes on the front of the bird. So we'll try that, and then that should be fine. We'll go ahead and just move this up, just like that. I think we'll just keep that like that, probably. That should be fine, because it is quite a small collider, so it technically does cover the entire bird, which is what we wanted. This gap here is fine, because that's what's going to collide with the pipes, and then obviously once you've collided with the pipe you will have to restart the game. So that's fine, we'll say that like that, just because we can't really make it any smaller. So let's go and see. So now we want to change the direction of the collider to horizontal, so let's go and do that. So if we click on the player, in the capsule collider we'll change the direction to horizontal. And then there was one other thing we needed to do, which was no, I think that was it. So this is quite a short video, so we might just actually jump into episode 3's list and start doing that, because otherwise this video is probably less than 5 minutes. So what we could do is we could go to our player and we can add in a script called player. So we'll create a new script called player, and then we can go ahead and open this. Wherever, edit, no, we don't want to. Did I add in a shader? Why did I add in that? So let's go ahead and delete that. Oh no, the wrong one, sorry. So I'm clicking on the wrong one. So on this one, what's happening? So on the player, let's go ahead and open our script by pressing on edit script, and let's see what we need to do. So we need to create a new player script. We've done that, and then we need to create the following variables. So we'll go ahead and create these two, and then we will, let's see what's next. Then we're going to add in some velocity. So whenever you click on, well, whenever we play the game, which I'll do now quick, and when the game is playing and we click on the screen using the mouse button, we're going to add in some force in the up direction. So let's do that. So this is opened, and in here let's go ahead and create those two, what are they called, those two variables. So velocity is type float and rigid body is obviously type rigid body 2D. So I think we could probably make these private, so let's go make private float, what was it, velocity, and we'll set that at 2.4 for now. And then for our rigid body we're going to make serialized field, just so we can drag in the rigid body in the inspector. We'll call this rigid body. Sorry, it's going to be a type of rigid body 2D. So rigid body 2D, and we'll call it rigid body. Just like that. And then I don't think we'll need this because we'll assign it in the inspector. Player hides inherited member. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this private. Well, let's go ahead and undo that quick. And then instead of assigning it in the inspector, we will do it in the start method. So private rigid body, just like that. And then in here, obviously, we'll just say rigid body is equal to get component of type rigid body 2D. So we'll save that, and then when the game starts, it's going to look for any rigid body, or any game object that has a type of rigid body 2D on it. So which our player here does, in fact, because we added it. So whenever the game starts, it's going to look for this and assign it to our rigid body what's it called, variable here. And then our update method here, we are going to say if input dot get mouse button down, I think it is get mouse button, where's that, there, get mouse button down, and we want the 0, because I think that is the left mouse button. I think we'll have a look now and see. So what we want to do is we want to go and say rigid body dot velocity is equal to vector 2 dot up, and then we want to times it by the velocity that we created, which is velocity, just like that. So we'll save that, and then we can go ahead and jump back to our game and see what's happening now. So wait for that to load. We'll clear all our errors, or warnings rather, and let's see what happens. So now we should be able to click on the screen, or on the game rather, and we can see that the bird jumps. So whenever we click, the bird jumps. So that's perfect. That's working how we want it to. So that is perfect. Let's go ahead and jump out of that. We'll save our game, and then let's see what's next in our list. So we've created the following variables. We've added a velocity. And then the next thing on the list is to add the pipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that, and we're going to leave that stuff for the next episode. So we will do that and add this one. We'll make that episode 4, just like that. And then we will obviously have to postpone these 1 episode each. So 6, 7, and 8. So we probably will end up doing most of this in episode 4. So I'll go have a look and see how long that takes in a bit. But yeah, for now, I think that is it for this episode. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, or if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and check some of my other game series. We have done 3 previous ones. But for now, yeah, that's it for this episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.